Hello, I'm Matthew Lovett with Jumping Rocks Photography. I'm the photographer.
And I'm Mark Smith. I'm the stylist and assistant with Jumping Rocks Photography. And as former innkeepers and now professional photographers, we know that it's not easy for you to find the time to get the kind of pictures you need of your inn.
Today we're at 40 Putney Road Bed and Breakfast in beautiful Brattleboro, Vermont, and we're going to share some tips and tricks for you to get great pictures of your inn. Number one, start with a clean slate.
What we mean by that is take a look at the guest room or any room that you're getting ready to shoot and make sure that you've taken out all the things like air conditioners, trash cans, telephones, anything that's not really photogenic should go.
Basically, you want to hide the cords if they're like electrical cords. A lot of things you don't really see with your eye become very apparent when you photograph a room. They stand out even though you don't see them. They kind of disappear. When you take a picture, all of a sudden you notice the cord. So try to hide those things and take things away and keep it clean and simple.
The first thing we do is take everything out of the room pretty much, and then we'll go and add these things that kind of make sense and that make the picture. And as far as props go, I always tell people that the best props are usually props that are actually on the property, because not only do they make sense for the property, like you don't want to have a Victorian tea set at a mountain lodge. It just doesn't make sense. So what I like to do is I'll go through the entire inn in the beginning of the shoot and kind of look and see what's available, and then when I need something of a certain size, or if I need something that's light or something that's dark, depending upon the background, then I know to go grab it and I can get it. So we carry a props box with us. It's like our props co-op, we call it, and it has things in it like binoculars, because sometimes binoculars are great, and the inn doesn't necessarily have binoculars, but binoculars, some bath items like some special sponges and things like that. We travel with a lot of really nice silk flowers in case we don't have the right color flowers on property, or they haven't purchased the right color flowers for the shot. So we carry all these props around, slippers and things like that, so that we can, if they don't have the props on property, we still have them.
Another really good tip is to think about time of day when you're taking, especially exterior pictures. So many people shoot their inns at high noon or 11 when the sun is bright, and it looks nice to your eye, but it's just really hard to get a great shot during those contrasty hours. So it's really good to shoot early in the morning, late in the evening. Even when you do your guest rooms in the inside, it's good to do them when that light is nice and soft and not so harsh.
Now it is hard, I'm sure, for innkeepers to think about doing shots early in the morning, because that's when you're scrambling eggs and making pancakes, and then late in the afternoon, that's when all the guests are starting to check in. So although it's difficult, those are the best times to get the best pictures, especially for exteriors.
When you're composing a shot, think about getting it tighter and think about just what's essential. Don't try to include everything, and take a variety of pictures. Then you can use them together on the web. Instead of just relying on one picture to say everything, you can get a few shots that are tighter. I think one mistake a lot of folks make is just trying to include too much in one picture when you can take 3 pictures or 4 pictures to tell the story. You don't have to have one wide shot that says everything. You can take some tighter shots. And I think taking a few steps closer when you're framing your composition, you'll usually get tighter, nicer, cleaner shots.
Yeah, so if you've got a picture of a guest room that's a really beautiful, nice wide shot of your guest room, and you want to show the windows and the fireplace and the bed all in one shot, that's great. But if part of that shot is a couple chairs and a glass of wine and maybe a bottle of wine, you're not really going to see that intimate moment in this giant wide shot. So what you want to do is take a couple steps towards that scene and just get that kind of experiential shot, in addition to doing the wide shot.
One thing that's kind of counterintuitive is that we often tell people to turn the flash off on their camera and put your camera on a tripod and just shoot with the natural light coming in from the windows. And then I would also, you can turn the lights on, the light bulbs and the lamps on, do some shots like that, and then also take some shots with them off, because sometimes they can change the color of the room and make the room look like a different color than it is, and you can get some color issues. So it's good to do some with the lights on, some with the lights off, but basically put the camera on a tripod and turn the flash off, even though that seems a little funny to turn the flash off.
Yep.
Shooting bathrooms are really difficult because they're just so small and they're difficult to light. If you can do it, you should try to shoot, if there's a window, you should try to shoot with natural light. And that's usually the best way to shoot a bathroom. If that's not available, you want to maybe do a portion of the bathroom. I think sometimes doing a small part of the bathroom is a good idea, even if it's just showing the sink or showing the hardware, just so people get an idea of the quality of the fixtures. Water running is a good thing. You can also do water running in the sink, in the tub. Filling the tub is kind of nice. I think propping becomes really, really important when you're shooting a bathroom. So if you're shooting your own thing, I would just encourage you to turn off the room lights and try to shoot with the window light. That's usually the best approach if you're just doing it yourself. People often ask us about using people in pictures, and I think it's a great idea. We have a few tips for using people in pictures.
One of them is, it's best not to go up to your guests and get a shot of them, you know, having breakfast. It just doesn't look natural. It's not an appealing picture. The kind of picture that I think looks best for showcasing people in pictures is maybe a picture of a couple from the back, kind of, and the view that they're experiencing, or what they're experiencing. Maybe they're holding hands, or they're just having a little moment together. But those are the kind of pictures where people in the photos work really well.
And then it becomes less about who they are, their race, their ethnicity, their gender, and it becomes more about the experience. If you see them from the back and you have the view of your lake that you're on or the woods you're in front of, you really can put yourself in their position rather than getting caught up and then there's a blonde over here and a this over there. It doesn't become about the people, it becomes really about the place. And the people kind of become props, but they can really make the picture much more powerful.
Now, it's great for innkeepers to take their own pictures, and we're a big proponent of that. But there are going to be some things that are going to be technically difficult for you to be able to do. You're going to be there when that beautiful sunrise happens, or when that beautiful couple is on the front lawn and they're enjoying a glass of wine, or when that snow has just fallen and it's the perfect moment to take a picture. And your professional photographer may not be there, but that's when you have to grab that camera and get out there and take the picture. There will be some issues that will arise that technically will make it difficult for you to get a really good picture. One of them that comes to mind is to be able to take the interior shot of a room and still get the exterior view beautifully in focus and correctly exposed. So for those types of situations, it's best that you probably hire a professional photographer.
I think it's important that people participate in that whole capturing your place photographically, because you really are there when it's a special moment. And also, you'll kind of get a new appreciation for your property when you walk around with the camera. You'll see things that you didn't see before, and I think it's great. For more information, you can just visit our website, jumpingrocks.com. We also have a nice blog, which you can get to from jumpingrocks.com. We have a lot of tips and tricks on getting pictures, good pictures.
So from 40 Putney Road in beautiful Brattleboro, Vermont, this is Mark.
And I'm Matthew.
From Jumping Rocks Photography. Happy picture taking.
Thanks for watching.